Hello folks, and welcome to another edition of Danny Dog Poker. No intro music this time. I've just decided to opt for the speech. I'm even going to talk over myself talking. Look, here's me in a lift trying to talk, but I'm just going to talk over myself talking. Apologies again for the slight delay in producing this vlog. I have been moving house, which has taken up a fair bit of my time. And speaking of moving, let's see if we can move a few chips our way, shall we? Straight to the river on this one. We have ace-5 of clubs. The pre-flop raiser c-bet on the flop. We call, we drill trip fives on the turn. We just flat call. And then when he checks the river to us, we just go all in for our remaining £220. We have him covered just. And he thinks for a long time. He's a big fan of the vlog. He knows I'll be doing this with missed flush draws, hands like 6-7, worst tens perhaps if he does have a 10 with a better kicker. I've got him on an overpair the way he played the hand. A hero call? That's what I think he has. Oh, there's another message, probably another fan of the vlog trying to get in touch with me. You heard that in the background. He does in fact end up making the call, which is good. We turn over our hand straight away because we're good like that. And he tells me he has ace-10 and mucks, so we did get very lucky on the turn. So yeah, in for 250. We won a couple of little hands, little pots before this one, so we're up over the £500 mark early doors. So good start to the session.
What would we need to Sorry? I was trying to work out whether there's a bad beat there. Yeah, there was. 10 on the river. We'll double check it just for argument's sake.
Wouldn't it be nice if we looked down at aces in the next hand? Go on, just say it.
Yeah.
Boom, there it is. American Airlines. There's a raise pre-flop and a flat call. We bump it up. Can't remember how much exactly. We raise it.
Yeah,
get one collar. We're on the button.
I genuinely.
Let's see a run out.
You'll probably find that the stars 1p, 2p games are probably tougher than the 50p £1.
It's not the best flop, but it's also not the worst. When it's checked to me, I continue with a small bet of £15, round about a third pot, just over, sorry. He calls, and then the queen on the, I've got the graphics wrong there, it's obviously not the queen of spades, it could be the queen of spades, yes it is the queen of spades, sorry. It checks to me, I continue betting, I bet £30, still a lot of draws to charge there, 10 jack. Flush draws, of course. I do hold in my hand the ace of spades as well, so provided we're not up against the boat, a spade would be even better for us on the river. However, as it turns out, we do not need a spade. We make a full house, which is just fantastic. Only losing to quad queens now, and when he bets £50, he leads out for £50. We just put them all in. He quickly calls. And he did in fact turn the flush with the 6-8 of spades, so we actually got very lucky on the river, believe it or not. So yeah, another nice pot to win early doors. Lucky pal.
Yeah, that's alright.
We have more chips than Harry Ramsden at the minute. We get a bit cocky, we raise 5-4 clubs under the gun +1. We subsequently get re-raised pre-flop by a fairly tight, solid opponent from the big blind. And heads up, I decide just to flat call and see a flop. We flop bottom pair, he checks to us, we just check it back, hoping to pick up some equity on the turn, which we do with the 3, so we now pick up the gut shot. I decide to lead out for 45, sorry, when he checks to me, I then bet £45, hoping to take it down here and there, repping the ace, trying to get hands like pocket kings, pocket queens and pocket jacks to fold. I decide that if he calls, I'm just going to shut down, because like I say, he is a pretty solid opponent and I'm not going to punt off on the river by trying to bluff. The river doesn't help us, it's a 10, and when he checks to us we just snap check it back.
Oh, you wanted me to bet?
So we lost to pocket nines in the flopped set of nines. We were being trapped on the flop, the turn and the river. Luckily we didn't fall for it on the river, so nice answer. Did he get max value? Probably.
Race. Fold. Race. Race to 42. All in. Call. Call.
I've not bothered with graphics on this one. There was a guy who raised me, I limped, he raised pre-flop, I re-raised. I just want to get it all in. He's only got £100 left in his stack, so let's see him run out.
He's king against pocket deuces.
Oh no, it's coming.
No, it's not. That's the gross thing. It's just
Yeah, he's gonna take it. Like, he's gonna just take it. Oh my god.
Deuces take it.
Nice one. Thanks, mate. Right, better luck in the.
You putting that on YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Gets me a lot of action, Dan.
Did you raise free? Yeah, he free.
I flat called and then he raised and then I was
We have blockers to the deuces though. Fucking hell. Look, he bought his check.
Very interesting hand, this one. Straight to a flop, but I'll just quickly let you know what happened pre-flop. The player that we beat earlier with ace-5, he raises our straddle, and there's a flat call from our nemesis who's just sat down in the big blind. And we 3-bet pre-flop to £55 with king, queen of clubs. They both call. We miss the flop completely, but we c-bet, obviously repping the overpair, and only my nemesis calls in the big blind. Now, the turn is checked through, and on the river, he starts to talk. And I'll let you listen to what he's got to say, but he's basically telling me he's got a jack, but it's not a good kicker with it. So the only way we can really win this pot is by betting big. I feel.
No fair, not by jack.
Really shit jack.
What jack this?
We've got such a bad jack. So we've got another jack.
Check.
So tough decision here. He's very capable of checking to us with a jack. I know that, he's done it before. I don't know, I just don't think he'd tell me he had a jack if he actually had a jack. Equally, I don't think my king high is good. I think he's got ace high, and I just feel I've got to go all in to win this pot. That's my gut feeling. Molly?
As well.
I should have shoved you.
What you got?
Definitely.
Got nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was that speech though, mate? You should have shut the fuck up and just shoved the room
I
out.
should have shut it. I should have shut up.
So fortunately our opponent mucks. He tells me he had 9 high. I don't believe him, I still think he had an ace, but yeah, just glad to take the pot down really.
Oh, 9-8.
Was that speech play on the vlog?
Once again, we are up against our nemesis. We defend our big blind with king jack, and the flop is 8 deuce deuce. He c-bets, I think it's around about £15. I make the call, because you never know, I might hit a king or a jack on the turn. There we go, we hit the jack. He checks to me. I make the bet. I bet £20, go really small just to charge worst hands that you might have, and then it's a very non-consequential 3 on the river. He checks to me, I bet 50, and what happens next is just incredible, really. I just got a shitty jack.
I'm beating that then.
We raised 225.
That's what I'm here to do, Dan.
I don't think I can fold.
What have you got?
It's a shitty jack. How much?
225.
A lot of money.
Mate, if you've got it, you've got it. Good luck to you. If you raise an ace deuce or whatever, then I'll catch you out eventually.
Oh, for that.
Cool. Full house.
Oh, he's rivered it!
That was my hand yesterday that had one everything.
Nice hand.
I need to show Carl that.
This guy, man, I swear, he's luckier than Margot Robbie's husband. I swear, he's so lucky. He must carry a horseshoe around with him or something. Pocket threes. He rivers a set of threes. He rivers a full house, sorry. Oh my God. And then gets paid off. I just pay him off, as I always do. But, I mean, tell me if you can fold that hand there or not. That's a tough one to lay down against this particular opponent. It really is. So a bit of catching up to do after that little loss on the last hand. We 3-bet pocket tens pre-flop. So straight to a flop in this one of 7-5-4. Big blind leads out for £7 and I raised £30. Got to charge those draws, got to charge those 7x sort of hands. Got to charge pocket 8s, got to charge pocket 9s. He makes the call. And then we go to a turn. Hoping to avoid any 3s or 6s or 8s. Cards that might bring in straights. Unfortunately, we don't. We hit one of those worst cards that we didn't want to see, which is a 6. But when he checks to me in position, I still want to target hands like, I don't know, ace 7, ace 5, flush draws. There's still pocket 9s. There's still certain hands that are going to call, so I bet £55. And when he just flat calls, it's probably a good sign that he doesn't have an 8 here. He might have a 3. He might flat call with a 3. And when he checks the river to me when it pairs the board, I just take the safe route at this point, having got max value, I think, and I just check back, hoping to take down the £207 pot, which luckily we do when we show our hand and he mucks.
Tens and fours.
It's actually a good river.
Can't bet that river. So straight to a river on this one, guys, and it's a very strange spot to be in with only £28 in the pot. I can't even remember the exact action, to be honest, up until this point, but this opponent has been doing this all night, playing very passive on the flop and the turn, and then just suddenly betting massive on the river when you check it to him. And he bets £125 into a pot of £28, so it's not a snap call by any means, but I mean, what am I actually beating here? Let's be honest. He's repping the flush on the full house, but I do go ahead and make the call, and we're actually good. He shows his hand, he actually has Jack 3, just a massive punt, and yeah, it turned out to be a good call in this one. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it too often against this particular opponent. I think you've got to keep him honest now and again. So a few orbits later, we're still pretty active. We defend our big blind with Jack 3 of spades. There's a bet on the flop, can't remember how much, but we make the call, having flopped bottom pair. The pre-flop aggressor then leads out on the turn, and we just flat call the £20. There's a call behind us, so the pot is gradually getting bigger, and we're very under-repped. It looks like we're on a flush draw or a straight draw, because usually you'd expect somebody to raise a 3 in this spot, I think.
The river. By the club.
Yeah, the river is a 5 of clubs, so the flush doesn't get there, the straight doesn't get there. It's a great card for us. The pre-flop aggressor checks to us. There's £106 in the pot, and I think the only thing we can really do here is go big. So we sort of overbet the pot to £115, hoping that somebody with a queen will call, a non-believing queen. Is probably going to struggle to fold in this spot. King, queen, ace, queen. We get one call and we get one fold. Didn't really want to get re-raised, so that was good. Not sure what I'd do if I got re-raised actually. And yeah, we do in fact get called by a queen. It's queen 4 of clubs, and it's from the same gentleman that overbet the river against us. So he will also be known as the donator in tonight's session. It's kind of ironic how I beat him with the hand that he tried to bluff me with, Jack 3. So straight to a river on this one. We basically got the nuts here with Jack 7. It's not the nuts, but 7 Jack would be the nuts, of course. But we've got the lower end of the straight with Jack 7. Our friend the donator, he leads out after I check. He bets £50, and our nemesis calls before us for £50, and I just rip it all in. The donator has about £200 left. My nemesis has about £500 behind. So I'm just hoping that one of these guys calls with anything, 2 pair, a set. Yeah, but unfortunately, they both make the lay down, and I do in fact show my hand on this occasion. Probably shouldn't.
Fold.
6, 7 of diamond pot.
No 6 in. I knew. Oh, fucking hell. I knew. So Jack 7.
Cheers, hardest game, bro. We have 2.
45.
So I get dealt a great blackjack hand, 8-3, and I say, Alexa, give me a good flop. And she does. We flop trip 8s. It's incredible. We're just running so good tonight. Look at that, queen 8-8 flop. So we bet the flop, of course, because the flush draw is there. And we bet £45 on the turn, and we get called on the flop and the turn. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? Obviously we don't want the flush to get there on the river. But yeah, we're just running so good. I don't seem to miss. We're not missing anything tonight. It's just one of those nights. Our opponent makes the call, and we go to a river, which is pretty irrelevant. I think it's like the 5 of clubs. And as I go to bet, he just insta-mucks, saying that he missed his draw. And we scoop in another plus £100 pot. I'm sure you won't be too surprised to hear that I can't remember the exact action pre-flop, but I know that at the straddler's on, I raise, and there are 2 callers, and one of them being the donator in the big blind, and there's a player in between us. I c-bet on the flop when I hit top pair. And the guy in between us calls, and the donator shoves. I think he shoves for like £120. I make the call. The guy in between makes the call. So I'm not sure if the graphics are exactly right there. I think it's pretty more than... Yeah, sorry, no, it's £61 pre-flop. He must shove for about £40 on the... No, that's right. I bet £45 on the flop. The guy in between makes the call. and then the donator shoves. That's it, that's how it goes. I bet 3/4 pot. The player in the small blind makes the call, and the donator in the big blind goes all in for £140. And with top pair against the donator, it's a case of, do I raise to isolate, or do I flat call and bring along the small blind? I go for the latter, which is a bit risky, really, because there's a lot of draws out there. But equally, I don't want to value on myself against hands like King 10 or Ace 10, because I think that would be silly as well. So I just make the call, and he also calls, which signifies probably a draw. There are a few draws out there. The turn's a good one. It's 2 of spades, so I'm certainly not going to stop now when it's checked to me. I want to at least win a side pot here if I can't win the main pot, just in case the donator actually does have a hand. So I bet pretty small. I bet £175 into a pot of 421. It's about a third roughly. And he does in fact make the call, which tells me he's probably, I'd like to think if he had a set he'd be raising round about now, which he doesn't, he just calls. So he's probably got some sort of draw. Now unless that draw is Jack 8, he's not beating me when the 7 gets there on the river. So I just check it. And yeah, we're good. He missed his draw, and we scoop a nice one. £771 pot coming our way. So we are running good tonight. Not sure what the donator had exactly, but yeah, we're just hitting everything tonight really. Bit of a risky move probably, betting the turn, but I think once you bet turn there, you just got, I think, just check the river there. I can't see what worse hands are going to call me on the river. 10 jack maybe. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Obviously a flush draw's not calling me anyway. 7/8's not calling, I wouldn't have thought. So yeah, just happy to check the river there and take down what's in the middle. So yeah, the run good continues. I am running better than Usain Bolt tonight, guys. I do win a couple more pots before I leave, but didn't manage to get them on film. And when I reached the 1500 mark, I decided just to cash out and yeah, make a move, head home. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thanks for watching. Got a few more of these in the pipeline, so stay tuned, guys. Thanks for the continued support. Stay lucky.
Going down.
I'm not going to speak
Please
this time.
mind the doors.
I'm not going to speak.
Doors closing.
Because she just interrupts me constantly.
Going down.
She's worse than my missus. She's constantly interrupting me all the time. Hope you enjoyed this.
Floor -1. Doors opening.
I hope you enjoyed the session. It was a fun one. We started at 7. We started at 7, and we finished at about just before 1 o'clock. So we played for about 6 hours. In for 250, out for 1501, having tipped the dealers a few quid. So yeah, really happy with the session. Hope you enjoyed the hands. Welcome any feedback from yourselves in the comment section. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please comment, etc, etc. And I'll see you next time. Sorry for the long delay, won't be so long next time, guys. Stay lucky.